This is what fundamentally changed here. It is a question of hours, definitely ready to go back to the upside. My entry is around $64,300. I just opened a new Bitcoin trade because something has fundamentally changed in the last coming hours. One chart in specific I'm going to show you to understand what's about to happen and why I believe that we're going to experience here in the next coming hours a really big pump for Bitcoin. Let's get into it. Hey guys, what's up? As you know, I'm traveling right now. I'm in Russia, which is amazing. It's the first time that I'm here, and yeah, I had a little bit problems at the border to get in because of the situation here, of course, but everything is fine. And yeah, I was sharing a lot of trades recently on my Instagram. You saw we were highly profitable there. Also, when you watch my YouTube videos on a daily basis, you know exactly what's going on in the market. And right now, I'm thinking about to create something new. You know my current Telegram channel, I basically only share there my daily videos and nothing else, but I think about to create another Telegram channel where I share more about crypto news, some trades that I want to share with you guys, and just be a little bit more closer to you and engaged with my community. And if you don't know exactly how you can take advantage of that, then you just need to watch the video that I recently released where you can make up to 800% in the market, even though we are going down right now. So if you think that is interesting, then just click the link down below to join the new Telegram channel. You'll find this in the description and in the pinned comment of this video. I want to show you directly the trades that I opened earlier on Bitcoin. So of course, right now you can see I'm here in a slight loss, but regardless, I believe that we are on the brink to see a massive push to the upside. Hence why I opened earlier this small trade here. I will scale in the more confident I get into this trade, but I will not add a lot of money if we keep going lower. So right now I don't have a stop loss on it, but I'm gonna put here a stop loss if I think that this is going to turn on me, basically. But for the time being, I let this run. I'm just roughly here, not even a percent in a loss chart-wise on spot, you know, so here 6%, it's okay, you know. So, but what made me do what I did and open a Bitcoin trade at these levels right now? So first of all, I had a look at the liquidation levels here on the 4-hourly chart. Once again, you can see we bounced off here from this area of $63,500 and we did not touch anything below that. What needs to happen here right now on these liquidation levels and on this chart is that Bitcoin comes up and breaks back into the EMA ribbon. Once we are starting to break into the EMA ribbon, Bitcoin will be trading over $65,000 and needs to hold this level to come out on top of the EMA ribbon and continue the upwards trajectory. I believe Bitcoin will be able to do that because we will start liquidating late shorts that came too late to the party and think we are going to 40,000 or even below that. We will start short squeezing to the upside and take out all these highly over leveraged short players in the market, because we have here over leveraged shorts and we have a lot of them around the $70,000 to $71,000 area. When we learned, if we had learned one thing over the last couple of months where we are playing this market, is the market goes where the liquidity is and where liquidity is concentrated, and the liquidity is highly concentrated to the upside right now. So it is a question of hours, maximum a day or two, before we are seeing this massive pump to the upside and start liquidating everybody that was short on Bitcoin. But I would also want to give you a word of caution. Even though we're going to start liquidating here a lot of short players, as long as we're not breaking $70,000, we will risk to come back down to retest these levels as support and then see continuation to the upside. I want you to be aware of that. This is what fundamentally changed here over the last 24 hours, what I wanted to show you, and that is the liquidation heat map. Here on the liquidation heat map, you see now long players are
massively going long at current price levels here with liquidations around the $63,000 and also $63,300 level. So that means they have maybe, I would guess they have 25 to 50 to even 100x. 100x not really, but yeah, around 50x leverage to have a liquidation price down here. That's my guess. Between 25 and 50x leverage is what they are using. So if people start longing with so much leverage at current prices, it tells you actually two things. Either a lot of people in the market getting confident that we have bottomed out, what I mentioned yesterday, or they're absolutely wrong and will get wrecked. But there's a lot of indications that I will go into now that are pointing to the first option, that we are going here to the upsides. And also here you see some concentration around the $65,000 level, and that will trigger a short squeeze to the upside. If I go into higher time frames, for example, to the monthly, and then you see here below us is basically nothing anymore. And all the liquidity is above us, as I just mentioned earlier. My entry is around $64,300, basically here at the current resistance level. Once we're breaking through that, expect that we see a quick move here to the downward sloping trend line, and going to test that level around $65,300. Here I expect also a little bit of resistance unless we get a really, really big impulsive move supported by volume and break immediately through that and push here to the upside. Otherwise, if we would get rejected from here, I still believe that in the scenario that we come back lower, that the golden ratio down here will be the level of major support, and from there we will get a really strong bounce immediately above $65,000 and will continue to go to the upside. And guys, don't forget, if you want to trade these kind of trades with me together, sign up on Bybit. You still get $30,000 there if you use the link down below. Also, Margex is an exchange that you can use if you are not able to get onto Bybit because they don't have any KYC. So use the link down below here. And Fairdesk still has the highest bonus in the industry, $120,000. And you can copy trade all the trades that I'm taking on Fairdesk. Also, the $1,000 giveaway is coming closer and closer here again for this week. So make sure that you have a Bybit account at least with $100 and you signed up with my link in the last 2 weeks. If you have done that, then you only need to subscribe on top of that to the channel, have the notifications on, and you will be eligible for the drawing for the next giveaway. Let's continue with Bitcoin. Here, once again, I know some people in the comments were laughing about that the moon chart, that I would rely on the moon charts. I'm not fully relying on the moon phases here, but they're just another indicator in confluence with everything else that I'm seeing. So here, again, spot on, full moon today, green candle, as every other single time here. You see here, full moon, green candle to the upside, full moon, green candle to the upside, full moon, green candle to the upside. Today, full moon, green candle to the upside. So here, the only really important level that I'm watching is $65,000. Once we are flipping this level back into support, it's more or less blue skies to the upside here. So that is the level that I want to see here by tomorrow being attacked from the bulls and also then defended, so that we can continue to move to the upside. Another indication for a reversal here now with a big pump to higher price levels is that also the RSI is pointing here back to the upside, and we are in a really, really bearish territory when it comes to the RSI. And here an uptick is showing me that momentum is shifting slowly back here to higher price levels. Also on the 8-hourly chart, the market structure chart that I had shown you, I think the lower low that I had drawn earlier in here, down here, was placed wrong. So I put it here, and you see that we still have a bullish divergence. Price is creating lower lows while the RSI is printing higher lows. So, and that is a bullish divergence. It has not fully played out yet. It will have fully played out once we are reaching $65,700. That is the level that I'm looking for. And then what we need to see is that we can hold these levels and not getting rejected from there. Again, break under $64,000, and then we definitely continue to go to the downside. So I just want to make you aware of that, that scenario is still possible, even though I give it a little merit once we are reaching the $65,700 level. Then also in terms of the Bitcoin correction, we are now 102 days into the correction. I found a fractal where we had the same situation and then turned back to the upside. So if we would follow this fractal here right now, it would bring us back to the all-time high. I'm not saying that we are breaking it, but it should get us back there by potentially even over the next 8 days. So I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but we have seen a lot of crazy things with Bitcoin in the past. So it's not out of the realm of possibilities. Honestly, I would be already happy if Bitcoin would just go back above $67,600 and go sideways for like 2 weeks, creates some support, and then we see the next leg to the upside, instead of seeing a really fast climb here over 8 days now into a new all-time high. But let's see how the fractal is playing out. The good thing is that with being now 102 days into this correction, that it looks like that we are coming to an end of it by printing a green candle today. So the next 24 hours are going to tell us if we finally get the reversal that we are so much waiting for. The indicators are telling us a really clear story here, and that is that we are definitely ready to go back to the upside. We are getting right now a buy signal on the stochastic RSI. The RSI is slightly pointing to the upside, and the MACD is losing steam on the seller side, showing us exhaustion with a potential reversal coming in here over the next 2 or 3 days, if I would have to make a guess here. So just watch over the next 2-3 days what's going to happen here. If you want to play it really safe, as soon as we are above $65,000, you can enter a long trade for Bitcoin, because then we broke this downward sloping trend line. But yeah, I thought today that we are really close to the big pump that I'm expecting, so hence why I opened the trade a little bit earlier here already on Bybit. The other confluence that I found in the chart is again this falling wedge pattern. So we are finally printing here also here green candle and trying to break above the mid-range. That is again at $65,500. That will be your confirmation that the falling wedge pattern is playing out, and the falling wedge pattern has a target of $72,260. That will of course make a lot of us smile here immediately once we are reaching that. So, and again, the way that I'm playing this is I entered now with a little bit. If we break to the upside and break 65,000, let's say $500, I'm gonna add a little bit more, and I'm gonna add the last time at $67,500, and then I write this into the next new all-time high, wherever that might be, you know. So it might be 80,000, might be 85,000, might be 87,000, where we still have a technical target up there. It might be $100,000. I'm gonna write this trade to the upside. I'm gonna do the same if we are now breaking it to the upside and then reversing back to the downside by getting rejected. Then also here at 63 and at 62 is where I'm going to add, but I'm gonna cut it if we get under 61,200. That's where I'm gonna have a hard cut on that position and gonna take the loss. Also here, with the prior falling wedges, many times we came really close to the end of the apex of the wedge before we actually broke out. We see that here in this one, and also down here in this one, we almost came to the end, and we are seeing here the same happening here again. The only thing that is basically missing is the push out of that falling wedge pattern. Yeah, that's basically already for today's, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna talk about altcoins in the next coming days. It doesn't make sense right now to talk a lot about altcoins because some of them are still suffering. They are floating around along the same price lines. So I don't think that it makes sense to talk about altcoins. But if I find something interesting, I'm gonna come back to you and we'll show it to you. Thanks so much for watching on this Saturday. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you then again tomorrow.